Welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by the returning Screamfest founder Rachel Belofsky. It's good to have you back.
Great to be back. Thanks so much, Neil.
Yeah, the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, can you believe it?
Yeah, that's wild. So, uh, in your opinion, what is the importance of a film festival?
I think the importance of a film festival is definitely being able for the filmmakers to share their work with the general public, entertainment, and camaraderie, right? You're getting to share in a theater in a dark room with a couple hundred of genre-minded people that are experiencing the films together. I think it's like no other genre. I don't feel like you go to a romantic comedy or a drama and get the same kind of camaraderie that you do at a horror film festival.
Yeah, I don't think there might be one rom-com fest, but there's not all over the world, nonstop horror festivals.
Yeah, yeah.
When you started Screamfest, did were you aware of like how important festivals would be to independent filmmakers?
Sort of. The reason I found it is because I had just finished a documentary that we sold to Women's Entertainment TV, but we did a couple festivals and just being completely new, completely green, not knowing anything. I felt so lost in that, how to navigate the festival world. So that's why I made the festival. So I guess yes, I did know it could be an important thing into helping make connections and just knowing how to navigate.
Yeah. So, what was always like your goal for Screamfest? Like, uh, in particularly, like, what's different about Screamfest?
I think, well, when we first started, there certainly wasn't the explosion of horror film festivals there, so there was definitely that. The goal was to champion talented filmmakers in the genre and helping them go to the next level in their careers and it still remains the same goal today, I feel. And just spotlighting, genre films from around the world that I feel that probably wouldn't get prime time play in other festivals, including the independents, or you won't be in some small theater somewhere, like a sidebar to your celebrity driven screenings, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't just say this because you're here, but when my I had our U.S. premiere, my first feature film at Screamfest, and it was the best festival we played at, and it's one of the highlights of my life. Honestly, it was a great experience.
Oh, I'm glad yeah, I'm glad it makes me happy to hear that.
Yeah. So along those lines, when you see, someone like even if it was like a short film and then they go on, to become a big director, they even just go on to do a bunch of stuff. What's that feeling like for you?
I mean, it feels really good. It feels like that we do have an eye for talent. You think about like the Duffer Brothers from Stranger Things. Not that we had anything to do with that in any way, shape, or form. Be clear on that point. But we did have their student film from Chapman in the festival, or you see like Mike Doherty, had Season's Greetings in the festival, and then they go on, again, nothing we had to do with that, not taking any claims. But it's cool and it's great, or even like our opening night film, Affection, BT Meza. He won with his short film in 20, testimony, Neil, 2012, 13,
All right.
one of those two. And so this is his first feature with Jessica Roth. So, and to have it open the festival is kind of like a testament to what we do, right? To being
Mhm.
able to champion those voices.
Yeah. And a highlight for me is going to the shorts blocks at a festival because you get to see so many different things, and you usually don't know a lot about them when you're going into them. So and then sometimes I'll find somebody's like, wow, I really like this. I wonder what else they've done. And you go, and look up their other shorts or follow them and see what they do after that.
Yeah, or Masha Ko, right? She did Looming in 2023, 24. And now she's developing it for a feature at A24.
Yeah,
Again,
that's
nothing
awesome.
to do with that, but it's still great to see the trajectory. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
And for shorts, it's usually your only chance to see it with other people, on a in a theater on the big
Yeah,
screen.
yeah, yeah.
And Screamfest is at a great theater too. As you said, nothing against anybody else. Sometimes it's a cool theater, sometimes it isn't. But there is something special about playing at the Chinese theater.
Yeah, we think so. And then the cool thing is the lobby too, right? I mean, the
Oh yeah,
theater, obviously amazing projection sound, But I love how they have the big long lobby where just like everyone can mingle afterward, and you can meet other filmmakers, fans, whatever. You never know who's in the audience. So it's just a great networking or not networking, yes, but just camaraderie there.
Yeah, 100%. Because I was going to festivals as press, and that's how I got involved in filmmaking. Was I met people and they liked me, I liked them, and we made short films and then eventually feature films together.
Right.
And even if you don't, just the idea of, like you said, other like-minded people who love weird horror movies, it's fun to be around them.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Deathgasm 2 is going to be playing there, which I'm really excited about. I'm a huge fan of Deathgasm, and I'm really excited to see the sequel.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's fun. It's a bloody good time for sure.
Yeah, it's a really great lineup. Redux I've seen, and that's great. I think that one's going to really take off.
I hope so. They're also alumni too.
Oh, really?
Yes, don't ask me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been 25 years. So I know they. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm blanking. My coffee hasn't kicked in, but yeah, 2015, I believe it was.
All right. And I also saw this is really cool exclusive debut of gameplay demo of Clive Barker's Hellraiser revival.
Yeah, yeah. We were going to have the games and everything ready to go and have like hands-on, a private room, whatever, where you could go play. But I guess the game wasn't quite ready, so we pivoted. But yeah, they are going to do a press-only screening showing you the actual game.
Yeah, it's wild. Like when I was a kid, like we had like Ghosts and Goblins and Castlevania or something, but I never thought like we'd have all these like Friday the 13th, and I know we had like kind of a lame Friday the 13th, but like when I was a kid on the Nintendo, but now they have these wild games and then board games, and yeah, I think it's just people my age now are making these games.
Yeah, yeah, because of like the nostalgia and stuff. But so yeah, it's really, really, really stoked about that.
Yeah, Doug Bradley's doing the voice again for the
Which is
first time in like
great.
20
It's
years. Yeah.
fabulous. Yeah.
There's been others pinheads that like I like, but I mean Doug Bradley really is
The
pinhead.
OG. The OG.
Yeah. So like since there's so many different kinds of horror movies, which is kind of like what I like about horror because it depends what mood I'm in. Do you look for any specific kind when you're putting Screamfest, or is the idea to have like a mixture of different types of horror movies?
I think it's definitely want to have a mixture, right? And we definitely have slasher. We have, just gore for gore. Then we have supernatural, and then we definitely have foreign ones, which can be supernatural or gore. Some are more thriller-esque.
Mhm.
But yeah, we definitely try to mix it up because everyone's appetite is different, you know.
You mentioned like trying to show a lot of stuff from other countries, and that is nice over like the I think the rise of festivals and then some streaming platforms. You get to see stuff from other cultures that it would have been very hard to see back in not that long ago, really.
And that's true. That's true. Like we have Jimmy from Netherlands, and that's a really solid film. And as well as Meat Kills, that was just fantastic. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking for that. A Big Baby, I'm looking forward to as well.
yeah, big, yeah.
I don't know much about it besides the name, just some imagery and the people involved. So, but I'm excited about it.
We're excited too, and like Share is coming, so that's
Oh, really? That's
so
wild.
that's pretty stoked, and now if you're into wrestling, but Chris Jericho is going to be moderating the
Oh, yeah.
Q&A.
You probably don't know this, but I actually do a wrestling podcast every week as well. So I'm a wrestling horror guy. I've had Jericho on my
Oh,
wrestling show. Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah, so he's coming to moderate their Q&A, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll actually plug that on my wrestling show too.
Yeah, yeah, you should.
Another thing, not only just the theater itself, but the location, because then people, like Cher, she might not go to another convention somewhere else, but they're in the area, so they can come out.
They'll come out, and it's Hollywood, and it's the theater they know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a great, not just for my own movie, but just there watching anything. It's just a great atmosphere.
yeah, yeah, and like I mean, who isn't a fan of Cher? Like, I'm not going to date myself, but certainly from the day, I remember the show or
Well, I think
whatever.
it's someone who kind of transcends any generation. I think everyone's a fan.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're pretty stoked for that.
For in the future, when people do submit to Screamfest, like, what like stuff do you look for, and what kind of advice would you give people?
I think I would say, we just look for production value, good story. I say definitely, when you're submitting and making your film, definitely work on the story first before you grab the camera. Because a lot of times, something will look beautiful, but the story, you're just like, what? So I think really the development, like don't rush into it. Make sure you've done your development properly and you're casting properly, that good actors, because it all brings it together, because there's a weak link, a weak story, or if the casting your best friend, unless they're a bona fide actor, can sometimes you see a lot of
Yeah.
film stuff, right? It can really take you out of it sometimes.
Hmm.
So I
And
think,
like it's probably easier today to actually make a movie just because like you could do it on your phone if you really wanted to. But that also makes it harder to stand out. So like if you
yeah,
actually take the time to put like a cool fun or unique story together instead of just
mhm,
like we can actually just do this.
exactly. I 1000% agree.
Yeah. And you yourself, I know you've made stuff in the past. Would you ever want to get back into that, or are you too busy with Screamfest?
We are
Oh,
actively,
cool.
but I can't talk about, but we are actively working on something. Yes.
All right. Well, that's well,
Documentary,
congratulations on that.
documentary again. But yes, yes, thanks.
Yeah, so October 7th through the 16th, Screamfest, LA. And what is we kind of went over it, but for someone out there, okay, they get their movie in, why should they come and not only just be there and see their own movie, but the importance of being at the film festival that your movie's playing at?
I think the importance of being at the festival is definitely that, it's the people you can meet, the connections you can make, and experiencing the audience enjoying your movie, right? And
Hmm.
this is the best time. You will be the best champion of your movie, right? You really, in order to stand out, no one can thump your chest like you can about your own movie. So you're the best mouthpiece. And so I think it's important to be there to represent and to experience your movie on the big screen with, a packed audience, and yeah, everyone enjoying it. And it's like nothing else, right?
Yeah. And do you have a lot of stuff saved from over the years? Like do you keep like any knickknacks or anything from the previous years?
I have things that we bought, like I have on my wall, I have Sam, one of Matt Doherty's drawings. I used to have, I think I still have the Sam doll up over there.
From Trick or
Um,
Treat?
from Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
I have
that's
a,
a go on, sorry.
no, no, go ahead, please.
I was just saying, I'm really happy that movie's like really found its audience because when it came out, like it had like like a cult following, but it
Mhm.
wasn't necessarily like a lot of people knew about it. But like it's really become a classic over just last few years.
It definitely has, and I'm glad to see it because I think it's such a great film. I remember when we premiered it in 2008, 8 or 9. That yeah, Warner's didn't know what to do with it, and they were talking about wanting to sell it. And I'm to this day, I'm still baffled that they didn't give it a big theatric. I think it would have done.
Yeah, because though as it goes on, people of different generations see it, and then they all love it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You actually see merchandise for it. You see more merchandise now for it than you did when it came out.
True, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rise of horror itself at theaters, because besides like the big blockbustery movies, which actually don't necessarily always do that well, people go to the movies to see horror films the last few years. It seems like it's definitely it's always been popular, but it seems like it's really hot right now.
It is. It is. It's good to see some more of the independent on there, you know.
Yeah, I
And
think uh yeah, the last few years, because I go to the movies all the time anyway, and I see a lot of like weird stuff that I don't think would have been like theatrically released not that long ago.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think one of the films from last year, In Our Blood, I believe, is coming out on the 24th of October this month. At AMC. I must be through. I think it's a Fathom event, but even like last year's opening Ick, I think they did a
Yeah.
Fathom event. So they were, so it's kind of great to see Fathom like backing some of these independent films and putting them in AMC, and I think that's great.
Hmm. I agree. So screamfestla.com, you can go there and get your tickets. Coming up October 7th. That's only a week from now.
Mm, it
Yeah.
is.
You'll be a very busy woman here.
Indeed,
We probably
indeed.
have been leading into it as well.
Definitely. Yeah, that's long hours. But it's great. We are very, very excited. And yeah. Will you be out here for it?
I will not this year, sadly.
Uh,
In Massachusetts. I've been there a couple times,
yep.
but I will be back because I'm planning on filming my next feature in spring. So
Oh,
not to put any
exciting.
pressure on you, but hopefully in the near future.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you for doing this.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then congratulations. 25 years. That's awesome.
Thank you very, very
You're
much.
welcome. All right.
Uh,
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.